And welcome back. Alright, so Sütze here I have marked down as Expo Get W Reader. W Reader being Wind Reader, the perk. And I noticed that here in the marketplace there is a sling book which comes with Wind Reader. I don't have the money for it, so let's make some money. I'll sell some of these, I guess. I won't sell everything I have here because I'm hoping to get a better price nearby. But there you go, Sling book has been purchased, and now let's have Sütze study it. There you go. And that means we now have Wind Reader available. Oh, it's all the way over here. Well, I guess that doesn't matter. So that is a third of your character's base range defense as ranged skill, which is very nice for him having 3 stars in range defense. There you go. Now I can get rid of this. So we'll see if this guy will eventually use a crossbow or a gun, or whether, well, when he will die. But anyways, now he has this available, so hooray! Still looking for bags and belts for our thrower. But anyways, I think I'm done with this city. So now, well, actually I'll take a look. How damaged are we? Not really that much, it seems, so we can move on. Anyways, Schwanstadt is the next destination. Well, I guess Finsterstadt is closer. Let's go there first. Schwanstadt, of course, being the city where we occasionally have absolutely ridiculous prices. The hint of murmuring grows louder and louder until you can no longer focus. You put your quill pen down with the sort of energy the ink bottle can take without breaking and step out of your tent. Henrike and Astrid are standing there, bickering over who is the better shot. Seeing you, they waste little time asking if they can hold a shooting contest to decide who is right. Alright, fine. You throw your hands up and tell the company to do what they must before retiring back to your tent. Outside comes the twang of released arrows, quickly followed by the thwap of them finding their targets. Again and again, the din of mercenaries grows louder as what you can only assume what is a throng of observers grows. Finally, the contest is at some sort of end, indicated by a refreshing silence, and you get back to work. Henrike and Astrid gain +1 range skill. Hooray! Peace and quiet at last! Because my career choice, wanting peace and quiet, was to lead a mercenary company in a world like this. So, well, there we go. And here we are at Finsterstadt. I will check what the contracts are. Probably won't be doing them though. Yeah, I don't think I will. I'll check where this is going though. It's possible, I guess. Tonder. Was that the Unhold place? Or yeah, that's the Unhold place way over there. I think I'm done with Finsterstadt already. Let's just go to Schwanstadt instead. Here's hoping for silly prices. We do have ambush trade routes. That event again. I think they should like tune this event system mechanic that you have available in these towns. I don't know if I like it really when it just repeats the same ones over and over and over. In any case, selling price is a mere 26. Well, it will have to do. We were getting more than double that at one point. Anyways, let's sell things. Could wait for some repairs to be completed, I suppose, but let's make some space in the inventory. I'll sell the great sword. It's not that great. Keep the noble sword, I suppose. Maybe sell a few heavier armors now that I've started to accumulate them. Or at least like one. How about this one? Yeah, sure. I do not need that many. How about helmets? Definitely don't need this many. Basic nasal helmets. Alright, the rest of this stuff I'll probably either repair or salvage, depending on exactly what it is. Still have these, of course. Nice, now we have money. Okay, so the ideal use for this money, I think, probably, unless I spend it elsewhere, of course, would be like a repair tent or training equipment. Anyways, let's check what we have here in terms of books. So far I see nothing of note. Yeah, I don't think I care about those ones at the moment. Okay, so now let's check the recruits here. Not get anyone super expensive though. Definitely not getting a militia guy for 7,000. That's just stupid. Guess I can roll on a farmhand if I really want. I suppose I will. Very unlikely I'll find someone who's super good, but maybe someone who's usable. This guy is kind of usable. 1-star melee skill, 2-star melee defense. Starts pretty low, of course, but I think this guy is good enough to stick around for a while at least, and eventually will actually be okay in some kind of role. Doesn't get spears, which would have been my choice, I guess, with this level of skill. Swords is, I guess, the next best thing, to an extent, at least. Anyways, welcome aboard. Could also go with, like, polearms. Frontline pole armor with hay baling, that's plus 12 chance to hit. That might make, actually, the most sense. Plus 12 is a nice amount. So I'll see about that. I only have one dedicated polearm at the moment. Let's mark some things here. Probably go Battleforged. And probably with Brawny. We'll see though. We'll see. He might immediately die. That is always something that can happen. Okay, let's give him some kind of equipment. Some heavy stuff, I guess, apart from the helmet, since I don't have helmets to spare, really. Also, does this have a... I don't remember. This should have like a reach attack, right? Strike. Range of 2 tiles, yes. So this is a sword slash polearm. Great slash. Skewer. Yeah, skewer is nice. 30 fatigue to use it, though. Anyways, you can use that. Do I have a knife for you? I don't. Do I have anything else at the moment? I don't think so, unless I take like... No, you only have one. Well, sure. Have one throwing net in your inventory. Alright, that's the recruits, I think. Let's not try to waste money too much. I'll see where this is going. If this is going the right way, it's going to the west, to Forced Land. That's kind of the right way. Because I want to check, I guess, Schwarzburg. And Jaderwall maybe, for those camp tent upgrades. I could do this return item as well. And I will, even though, yes, it's a bit boring, but let's do it. It's easy XP, easy money. I want all of that at the moment. 17 thieves, and yes, looks like a pretty easy fight. As it should be. Rude. Just plain rude. Anyways, I don't have a marker at the moment, right? Yeah, I need to find one of those, actually. Since Lizzie died. Well, in any case, that means I don't need to wait for marks, but let's wait for the marks to come in range. Alright, I'll use a net on this guy, I suppose. And ideally kill him before he can break free. Other than that, let's not use nets. Are you still coming closer? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okie dokie. Would like to... Well, I guess I don't need to. This is a reach weapon, so never mind. Don't need to rotate. Be able to attack this fool. So, do I rotate someone else? I could rotate like Herbert. Yeah, that seems good. You... Well, then again, I can't do all of you. That's a bit of a shame. Because they need to head to this specific tile. No, actually, never mind. I can take this tile. So, never mind, never mind. No, never mind. Never mind again, since I'm taking that with Ludwig. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why am I even spending so much time thinking about something like that in a fight like this? Let's not be silly. Let's not be sillier than usual. Yeah, let's prioritize this fool. Off with your head. 5%. Okay, just move there. Alright, so we have basically one guy who can deal any damage to us on this flank. Any meaningful damage. And yeah, can't even get to the polearm, so whatever. Move like there, it's fine. Nicely done. Right, I forget. Did you have the net perks? Yes, you do. So if I manage to kill this guy in time, I get the net back. Let's use one on this one, though, since that's the easier to kill target. Maybe wait on this guy's net. He's not that dangerous. Yeah, Theodolf, I had forgotten you exist. Well, let's wait for you to come in range. We'll use a net on you as well, so you don't feel left out. Right, this guy is next, so let's move like here. Getting minus 15% everything from headache. Right, use a net. I suppose I could dagger this guy. He doesn't have underdog. He has like decent armor. So probably. Anyways, do that. Finish this guy with like a ranged unit. Okay, and you just get your dagger out. Sancho Pancho here gets his dagger out. $21, well, why not? And gets lucky. Alright, dagger out. Okay, don't have a dagger on Wifted. Is there a rotation? Yes, there kind of is. Let's do a rotation. See ya. Stun, daze, stagger. They're not going to be fleeing yet. Now you are trying to get away. I suppose that's reasonable. Kind of. Quite unlikely to be able to succeed with that, but good luck. And there he goes. Rest in pieces. I suppose I'll make some effort to trying to get as many of these guys as I can. But if some of them get away, then it's not that bad, to be honest. Use a net on this guy. Okay. Use a net there. Let's also take the high ground. I suppose I can dagger like this guy as well, though he actually does have underdog, so it's slightly more difficult. I don't think I'll bother. Not really because of the underdog, but just because I don't need to, and it's a bit inconvenient with these guys over here. Only ever so slightly inconvenient, I guess, but in any case, I don't need to be doing it. Oh, you disappeared. Need to get someone in melee. Yes, that's range. Really didn't expect Astrid to be this good without having any ranged skill stars, but she's been kind of carrying this whole run. Okay, yeah, wait for range. Hi there. Immediately breaks free. That sucks. Sucks a little bit. Alright, I really need to kill some spiders, I guess, to make some stronger nets. That would be nice. I can still dagger, I guess. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I will. I will. You've earned it. You have earned it. Also, I should have maybe hit this guy instead. Oh well. Let's get that headshot in there, though. Ow, ow. Okay, one more. See ya. Alright, Sancho Pancho has leveled. We get some stuff. Okay, so let's refresh the net situation. Okay, so let's see. 88 ammunition left. 112 tools. Other resources are okay. Sancho, level 5. Rolled a +1 for melee skill. That's a bit sad. Oh well. Oh well. He's kind of a... Yes, I have marked it down. He's kind of a fodder, but has decent defenses already. At level 5. Anyways, I guess it's Polar Mastery now for the sticks. So 13 fatigue, 25. Those go down by 25%. 10 and 19 instead. And we'll get staff spins maybe next level. Alright, here we are. Guess I'll camp for a bit and then sell things again. And also salvage some things. So let's select the salvage here. Salvage those for 54 tools. Next up, the repair tent. Okay, do I need a healer? It doesn't look like it. About a Fletcher or two. That seems reasonable to me. Something like that. There is a one skull, I think, smuggling contract available. I will probably pass though. So fighting nobles is quite lucrative, I guess. Let's wait for dawn. There we are. Now we sell again. Sell a couple of those, I guess. Sturdy sling, wild sling. I will sell the sturdy version. Seems like I don't actually have that much to sell. Well, I guess that's only how it goes when I haven't fought more than one battle since I sold. So am I done? I suppose I might be. I suppose I am. Still have this scout report. I guess I can read it at some point. Maybe not now though. Anyways, let's take this delivery. And we head to Forsland. The Holy War. I know. You guys have fun fighting your gods. Fighting for your gods. While on the path, you come across a man sitting beside the path. He's clad in some beaten armor and there's an even more beaten weapon in his lap. He regards you with the limpest of waves. Evening. If you ain't sell swords, then I never set my pants afire. That seems to be an interesting tale in and of itself. But you instead ask the man what he's doing in the middle of the road. More important, you ask this rather able-bodied fella if he's looking for work. A job? No, I don't need one. I already done that sword-selling bit and I'm done with it. You know what? Here. He starts undoing his armor and throws it on the ground before you. Take it. I've no need for that life anymore. Take the weapon too. I'm leaving all this shite behind. You should too, but I knew you won't. Not before it's too late, anyway. I'm walking the earth until my feet are ground into nubs. As for yourself, Godspeed. And just like that, the stranger goes. Well, thanks, I guess. So we met... Was Samuel L. Jackson's character in Pulp Fiction called Jules? We basically met him. In any case, I will probably do nothing here, but maybe, I don't know. I'll decide in a moment. Do I need food, perhaps? Not really. Let's check the books. Unarmed. Maces. Maybe maces for someone. Does anyone want to have maces? That's probably not a good use of my money at the moment. I could get it for like Baldwin. That's reasonable. Or Ranch. Yeah, I lost Udalrik, who was my mace guy. I do want a mace guy. At least one of them. They make certain encounters in Legends so much easier. Legendary beasts. Some of them can be stunned, of course. So, I don't know, maybe. I'd like to get, like, as I've said before, hammers for Rand, though. So it would be like Baldwin if I get that. I can always find someone who uses maces later on. At the moment it seems that Baldwin has rolled well enough. And to go with hammers without issues. Can't really do the AoE attack many times though. Especially once he gets old. Unless I find some kind of help for that. How much money do I have? 20,000. I think I'll pass for now. I would get the axe and belts for sure, but I'll skip the maces for now. And I could do these contracts instead. I think I'll just move on. Let's check the recruits here quickly. Okay, kind of expensive at the moment when I'm looking for specific expensive stuff. So let's not. Should have bought some ammunition though. Well, we can buy it here, I guess. Sadly, it is night time. Mustering troops. Equipment and recruits are in short supply. But I can make money by selling things. But I don't have things. Where is this smuggling? Forced launch? I guess I can do this. We've already done one smuggling contract. That was pretty difficult, but that was a 3 skull. This is a 1 skull. And now I know what these entail. Also, I don't know if it's a guarantee to get that noble fight, but I'm assuming it is. In any case, so do I make any changes here? I guess I can repair that arming sword. Do I make the changes though, since I know I'm probably fighting nobles very soon? I think I'm probably fine. Team is definitely not quite as good as it was when I last fought the nobles, but anyways, this is a 1 skull. A mere 1 skull contract. What can go wrong? Azur, of course, cannot really deal damage with having just 4 javelins, but I'll still roll with the nets instead. They are more valuable to use with the net perks. So yeah, I guess we just go. I wonder if we are delivering here again. Maybe. To the Free People's Camp. Also, another time here, let's buy that ammunition. At least if it's reasonably priced. It is. It's very reasonable. Alright. Thank you. Don't buy anything else, probably. Well, this is, I guess, worthwhile. Let's get some quality wood. And let's actually check the Fletcher as well, which I didn't do earlier. Okay, good talk. So we are delivering over here. Occupied hovel. The thought bore down on you from the start, and it is one that escapes many a mercenary captain. A thought so simple that perhaps its very simplicity camouflages it from a sword-wielding leader's ego. If the solace is to be traveling from city to city looking for sellsword work, it may as already have one foot in another vocation altogether, that of trade. You picked up on it quick, realizing that goods carry a different sort of currency than which appears at face, a value hidden from the eye, and hidden in the ripples of time and location themselves. Now you spend evenings struggling to tabulate the crowns. For once, it's a good problem to have. That's the bottom line, so that's our ambition done. Wasn't even paying attention to that, but that quality wood, it seems, was enough. Borsla militia is headed our way, and it seems they're like on steroids. They're very fast. Guess that's to do with smuggling. Yeah, they're going to catch up with us no matter what. Okay, sure, let's fight them. I suppose this is probably variety for this contract type. Not quite as exciting as fighting nobles. Quality loot is not going to be offered here. You guys probably have strength in numbers, since you have numbers. Do you? They actually don't. Okay. Use a few nets, I guess. This is certainly much easier than the previous smuggling contract. We'll see if this lowers our reputation. I haven't really done a run where I piss off the nobles. I should do that for the next run. Unless somehow this run ends up like that. Anywho, let's shoot her, and then him, and then you. Well, okay, never mind that guy who was next to you. Are we the baddies? I guess we are. $13 left. 12 left. 11. 10. 9. This guy actually has a military cleaver. Don't care about his armor. I just don't care. Still don't have any famed weapons in this run. It's been a slow one, kind of. Trying to get away, huh? You'll see about that. Militia captain does not have underdog, as far as I can see. You guys, really, is smuggling worth dying over? Hope you learned your lesson. It's a victimless crime. Until you decide that it isn't. And get yourself skilled like this. Epic music. As we demolish these peasants. Okay, you might get away. But I'll see if I can change that. What's your initiative? 98 for Sütze. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can get the kill. Which, I don't know. I'm really the baddie now. Can I? No, I cannot. Okay, well, have a nice life. That's that done. Ludwig gets a level up. We get some garbage. And are we now enemies? No, okay. Apparently we left no witnesses. Somehow. Okay, so Ludwig level 2 takes student. Get some resolve instead of hit points. Let's call this guy Paul Trainee. I might still change my mind about what weapon to take, but I think I'll go with Paul's. Also, let's see, what time of day is it? Midday. So we still might get like a noble fight. I would imagine that we don't though, since we had that fight, and this is a one skull. I guess we can just continue straight away instead of resting for a bit. So let's go. Occupied hovel. As you near the camp, several figures approach with steel at the ready. Alretiran reaches for their weapon but stops as one of the bandits speak. They'll have it? A nod and gesture to the package in your arms disarms any tension. They produce a purse, tossing it your way. You catch it as you set the package on the floor. As agreed. It's 1 crown. It's a bit more. Just a bit more. Now, if you don't mind. They look away from the camp, then back to you. Piss off! Right, I will. I'll allow you to exist there, since there's not much to be gained by destroying this occupied hovel at the moment. Instead, let's go to Schwarzburg, see about things we can buy. It's once again nighttime, though. Anyways, so I'm no longer salvaging, but I can salvage, since I looted things. Didn't mean to salvage that, though. I don't care about these, I don't think. Salvage those things. Also, let's repair the military cleaver and that armor. Don't need to be fletching, I suppose, so instead go repair. For all the good you will do there. Guess I can make like a bone plating. The sad part about this is that it is -2 weight, so it's a little bit more awkward to use with nimble. At least as far as I remember. My memory has failed me before though. I think it at least used to be 0 weight at some point. Maybe it still is in like vanilla. In any case, let's craft that. Okay, next ambition. Wild beasts, that's the easy one. Could have also taken the Holy War, because it will end on its own, even if I don't partake. I will wait for the bone plating to be done. There it is. And let's actually use that immediately on maybe like Astrid's armor. 11.7, so I need to make this lighter if I do that. Well, I can do that. How about using it on a frontliner though? That's also decent. Like it's better than... No, it's not. It's not better than this. Or is it? I think I'll just use it like on a frontliner after all. Let's use it on Sancho Pancho here. Okay. Buy 1 stack of tools. Probably nothing else there. Weaponsmith has a famed shovel. I do not have a shovel user. And it doesn't seem like it's very good. I could afford it, but no. I'll see about this apprentice. Wants to be like a mediocre thrower. I think I will pass. Eventually could be like okay, I guess, but would need bags and belts, etc, etc, etc. Doesn't have Pathfinder. 2 stars with 40 is a bit low. Doesn't have Wind Reader. Goodbye. And like I've said, I would like to get Frontliners instead. Let's go to Jader Wall. Maybe I should have checked if that guy had Mark available. Over here we have nothing. Unless Battle Flow is good. Okay, I might get that. So Battle Flow, that is an excellent perk. Yes, I think I will get that. Maybe feed that book to Baldwin here. That would enable him to take Berserk without issues. Rand also could use it. As well as my main character. If I'm greedy, I will give it to the main character. I think for the time being it's better to give it to Baldwin though. And I can always find more. And also, I think my main character is still suffering from, yes, being irritable. But yeah, let's get that Battle Flow. Might even perhaps choose to like use flails on Baldwin here. Well, depending on what kind of famed weapons I find. So yeah, let's read this. The flail perk group has been added. So now Battle Flow is a definite yes. Okay. Headache sucks, but oh well. Patrol duty. Do I take a patrol? I think I'd rather go here. At the moment. Maybe go through this area, see if there's something I can destroy along the way. So far there is nothing though. Interesting group of undead. A few ghasts, a Winsel Mutter and a few Hellenhunds. Definitely take that on. Because I can make more amulets. Oh, don't go into the mountains. God damn it. God damn it, guys. So spears are the best weapons, I guess, here. Do I equip a spear on someone? Like Baldwin, maybe? Need to remember to actually get rid of it at some point. With so few enemies, it doesn't really matter, though. But I guess I will. I guess I will. Need to remember to actually get that axe back. Ooh, Hellenhunds. 2 ghasts. Alright, so I can get lucky with a 5%, I guess, so I will try it. That would make life easier. Being lucky in general does make life easier. Also, ideally I get Herbert here instead of going against the Hellenhund. Which has resistance against piercing attacks. Yeah, I guess maybe, yes, since I had Hellenhunds, I should not have used the spear here. Instead I should have just stuck with the axe. Anyway, let's do a rotation there. And you, Helvig, Go for it. Alretieren. Let's see, what's your resolve? It's like... okay, not great. Just go. Right. I'll rotate here. And you just try to do something. Alright, Baldwin, good luck. Go for the cast first, I guess. Gets it. He's immediately horrified. Stupid ghasts. Please stop breaking free. Now they teleport, so I need to, like, use nets again. Oh well. You just go for it. I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. And now I'm scared and annoyed. Okay, so this guy has the nets as well as Azure. Hiya! You wait. The stick is actually pretty good against these Höllenhunds, it seems. Rude. Don't break free. Oh, goddammit. Okay, let's wait. Well, actually, no, let's not wait. Let's just rotate there. Nice. Strictly speaking, I don't need to net the Höllenhunds, it just makes it far easier and manageable and convenient. Alright. Doesn't break free this time, thank you. I appreciate it. Alright. Need like one more hit. There we go. We only get one piece of Demon Hound bones. Some disappoint. And now that I remember, have your axe. Have your nets. Right, head to Donner's Vault. Okay, and once again, I don't see any tents. Shield perks, interesting. So shields, does anyone want shields? Alretieran? Kind of. I would actually prefer to have... Probably would prefer to have sticks, which means polearms. But polearms don't actually come with stick fighting, that's from staves instead, which is a bit weird. So I guess maybe get shields for Alretieran here. Would still like to get bags and belts to carry as many shields as possible, but that's decent. I think that's like the only candidate for shields, so I don't know. It's pretty cheap here. Starting to run out of the money though, but we can make more. Alright, sure. Have a headache. Alretieran. Shields. So at least those two perks. I don't actually remember what else. I didn't actually look. Does the shield perk group have more things? Well, it has shield bash. I mean, maybe. Anyways, so that's good. Have another shield in your... No, not yet maybe. Not until you have the shield expertise. Will I give this guy another shield? Also, it can't really be like a super heavy shield because I already have tactical maneuvers and I need some fatigue to actually use those. Freedom of movement will help with that though. Right, so I guess it's probably nothing else here unless there's like a recruit. I could check all of these guys, but how much money is that? Like 1500 plus. So I can afford one tent at the moment when I find either the repair tent or the training equipment. Anyways, I guess I'm still looking for capable people, so let's hire all of these guys and see. Okay, first up we have a caravan hand who is extremely underwhelming. Also doesn't have lookout. Then we have Herbalist, who is probably a skip as well. Does have a star in melee and melee defense though. He's a lumbering fat guy. How thematic, how fitting. So I guess he's not horrible. I could try to make like a sickle, well, a one-handed sword user. Melee defense is low though. Don't really think shield plus damage weapon is a thing in Legends. I guess it can be, but it's nowhere near as good as it is in Reforged. So maybe keep this guy as like a fodder type. Maybe. Doesn't have the lookout perk either, as far as I can see. Which would instantly make this guy far better. Anyways, next up we have David, who will be a skip. I think I don't want like a mediocre ranged guy at the moment. So he does have a lookout though. He's very underwhelming with the stars for that. ideally, I think melee defense starts with that. At least one. So I don't know. He's an irrational bleeder. And finally we have a superstitious fodder type. I will get rid of him, though he does have lookout as well. Anyways, I'll get rid of this guy. So yes, Michael the Tower and David the possible lookout. I think I can do far better. So I'll get rid of this guy as well. Does have stars in initiative, which is good. And does get dodge. Doesn't get perfect fit. I'll say no. Also, I guess I don't need the lookout perk for Mark. Marking targets is good, but it's not mandatory. Anyways, Michael the Tower, do you stick around as a fodder type? So does deal more damage, does have plus 10 hit points, but that is pretty bad. He could roll well. Even so, he'll be a bit underwhelming. He's paid 17 per day, which is not a huge consideration, but it is higher than some backgrounds who can still be like better if they, well, if they're better than the better, but anyways, I think it's probably better to let this guy go at this point in the run. So I suppose we move on. Alright, head to Ellenberg next, and then to Brunwald. The repair tent makes the economy far easier to manage. And the training equipment, of course, gives a huge power spike to us as we train the peoples. Anyways, let's kill some brigands again. We are not at 100%, but we don't need to be. Let's not bother waiting with Dawn, since there is a Master Archer. Though I suppose we are slightly better at ranged, kind of. With Astrid, Henrike, and Sütze. So it doesn't really matter. There's also one marksman, and a witch hunter, and a poacher, so I don't know. We'll go with the nighttime, I guess. 17 enemies. There are some veterans here. Oh, that merely tickled. That is because Azur is lithe. Ideally get this warbow, of course. Veteran with a tower shield. That's going to be a semi-tough nut to crack. Ideally kill the dog with someone else. Okay, so let's see. I'll actually use a net on a thug, just to facilitate his quicker demise. Oh yes, and I'm using this spear, which I suppose I should have switched back into the pike. But I can do it now and still attack. Sadly, I can't attack again since I made that switch. Okay, so is there a point in advancing here? If I take this high ground, I kind of deny some of their pathing. Also, I need to attack with loot cards, so I guess I need to make space. Let's move like this guy here and Alretieran somewhere. I don't know if I'll take this. Can't shield wall there. They have flails. That's a bit scary. Even if I have the high ground. If that means skipping an attack, then so be it. 37 without a net. That's actually higher than I thought it would have been. Alright, I guess move out of the way for Alretieran. Also, it seems I can't even attack with Ludwig, no matter what. Unless I do some rotations, which I can actually do. I can do it. 2 rotations there. Does accomplish that. Don't think it's a good idea though. So I will pass. Okay, let's use a net. Get the next one out, move there. .300 armor. I guess daggering has merit, but then again, it would take a while with that tower shield. I think I'll just bash him instead. Headshot is good. Missing is not good. Alright, I can still use one net. But I think I'll wait before I use it. Just take an aimed shot at something. And Herbert, stay put, I suppose. Unless I want to rotate here, which is, I don't know, whatever. Guess it's fine. Not even sure what I'm accomplishing by doing it, but let's do it. Okay, this guy, this gal, is probably going for a flank. This one has underdog, so no use surrounding. So we'll move like somewhere here and then I'll... Then again, I could go for the Master Archer with Kettle. However... Okay, has a hatchet. That's actually less scary than a dagger would be. Yeah, I can deal with this raider with what I have here. So let's actually use Kettle. Go for the Archer backline. And it seems Ludwig, you will just go the long way around. Unless you get like a net out. Yeah, just go there. 68 hit. I'll just try for this shot, even though it's a bit unlikely. And doesn't deal much unless it's a headshot. Oh, you didn't go for a flank. Okay, sure, why not? Why not? .5% puncture hit. How rude. Nice headshot. Does nothing else, I suppose. Ow. Stupid crippling strikes. Oh, you actually don't have crippling strikes. How the hell did that inflict an injury? Well, I guess Henrike doesn't have nimble yet, so that's how. Alright, sure, why not? This is a weird bug, where if you use 2 nets, then this option disappears here. Nice. Henrike is still not really in danger, despite that injury, so I guess stick around. Okay, do I try to walk away from this? 70 melee skill? Probably shouldn't. I can push. No, I can't. Not with this shield. I could fortify, but that's 30 fatigue. Seems like a waste. Attacking is a bit of a waste as well. However, I have footwork. Alright. See ya. This guy is going for the flank. Takes them a bit of time. $58, huh? Stupid 5% puncture for a pierced chest. Now I cannot shield wall anymore. And Ludwig, just go there. Not sure what to do with you. I guess just attack. For 41. Or attack this guy for 40. Nope. Why on earth did you headshot there? That's very rude. You have Headhunter. Oh well, oh well. These guys are actually pretty tough. Kind of. Right, what the hell do I do with you? Just stay put, I guess. Protect Ludghardis. Could use a net on someone, I guess. I can do that later. I could equip the net already, though. I guess use it later, so do nothing now. %60 to land this. Okay, excellent. Good job, Herbert. Alright, Sancho. I guess just goes for damage on this one, since the armor's gone. Nice. Right, please die. $28. Let's go for this. Ow. No headshot that time. Disappointing. Alright, I can actually probably finish with Sancho, which means Baldwin And Rand can go for more dangerous opponents. We also have Wifted's attack and Herbert. So I will greedily bait. Okay. Use a net on this one. There's 18%. Probably not worthwhile trying that. Let's instead wait. Alright. Net and shield. So many nets. You only have now 3. 3 still left. 54, yeah, that's the higher chance. Okay, so ideally, well, I don't know if ideally, but I would like to go for this target, but like I said, this one needs to go. So, goodbye. Nice. Accomplished both tasks successfully. Now we go for the Master Archer. And this ideally is a kill, but it's not. Okay, do I go in melee? I guess there's no point. Also, if I go in melee, I'm blocking my archers, so let's not. Let's instead just do that. Is there a rotation I should take? I don't think so. So instead, just attack. Even a thug has underdog, so no use surrounding. I'm still going to use nets, it seems. And you are out, but I can pick one up from there. Oh yeah, this guy. Well, he's still not in range. Good. And now I step... Well, no, not yet. I will step down once this guy has acted, I guess. Ow, this guy needs to go. Also, fast adaptation gave him another attack. Rude. Stupid headhunter. Probably want a net on the Master Archer. Can I provide that? With you, I guess, if you have fatigue. Do you? You do. There we are. And move there and get a kill. And get a nice hit in. Alright, 85. I could also go for... no, I can't. I cannot go for a stun as Steel Brow. Instead, let's go for a daze. And a nice headshot. Alright. Still pick up this net. And do I use it? I guess I use it on this guy. There is a chance I still lose Kettle. It's a very low chance, but there is a chance, I guess. Right now, I think stepping in there is fine. Taking a bit of damage is also okay. It's not going to matter. Okay, so with that, is there a rotation for you? I don't think so. If this guy decides to go for my archers, then that's fine as well, because I can do the rotations. Alright, catch up with the poacher. Head armor is a bit of an issue, maybe, going up against the flail, so I'll pass with you. Okay, with that just probably hangs here. Rotates who needs it the most. Whether it be Luthgardis or Astrid. $94. 89. This one dies to one hit. I'll still go for that one. And pass on the Berserk activation, because I can kill this with the others very easily. It's a nice riposte you have there. Would be a shame if something were to happen to it. Alright, this guy is probably still breaking free. Oof. That's why flails are a bit scary. Might even lose Alretieran. We'll see. We'll see. Can, like, footwork out of there, but actually no, because it's right back next to him. Or her. Whatever. Still need more damage there as well. Can't even see what the percentage chance there is. That's ridiculous. Guess I just finished this guy. Unless I go for this. Alright, so with that, do I try to get in position to rotate? Can rotate Luthgardis out of there. Alretieran might be about to die. Not the biggest of losses, but I did give her the shield book just now, so feels bad in that way. I can footwork here and then rotate from here. That puts Wifted at danger though. Has semi-low head armor. What else can I do? They are wavering. That helps. Well, I'll decide. Use a net on this guy if I still have any somewhere, somehow. There's a net on the ground there. There are nets here as well, of course, but not for dedicated net users. I can still shield wall, and I can rally. Maybe that's enough. Yeah, I think I'll just roll the dice with that. And now if I want to be really safe, I can actually footwork out of here. Yes, I will. Go up against the farmhand instead. Alright, you just do nothing. And yeah, let's pick up a net with Azur instead. Well, we can do both. No, we can't. There wasn't a net here. Okay. Never mind. Never you mind. Rally does nothing. Can I still pick this up, or is it one spare? No, it's always. Okay. You can go in melee, but you can't get there. How are you guys so fast while being trapped in a net? How does that happen? Also, how rude of you. Anyways, it seems everyone will make it out of this. I may be speaking too soon, but seems like that is happening. What the hell do... No, I guess yes, do that. 1 billion nets will win the day. Do I rally again? Do I attack? I guess I probably just attack. And fail. And fail. And fail. Did the farmhand escape? I think he did. Yeah, whatever. Have a nice life. There we go. Everyone survives. Sütze gets a level. Ludwig gets a level. Right, nets first. So I don't forget. Also, yes, you use your pike instead. Alright, Ludwig level 3. Takes hit points. I think I prioritize survivability for a bit, so take Colossus now. And also we'll take muscularity at some point. Well, if still alive. Next level probably take hay baling though. Okay, Sütze level 8. Why want more resolve? In some situations it's good. I'll still take the +5 initiative though, instead. And do I take Wind Reader now? Or later? I could take Ballistics now. Or Point Blank. So 20% of range defense for damage. With a throwing weapon, that would instead be 50%. Ballistics is probably better actually than Wind Reader at the moment. More armor ignore as well as less penalty per tile to target. I'll take Ballistics. Okay, let's go to Ellenberg and then camp. Unhold attacks. 3 skull return item. Gertrude, the washerwoman. No. Does get tip of the fisherman. But still probably no. Yeah, no. Marketplace. Still no camp tent upgrades. I'll get the iron ingots though. Okay, let's camp. There was a smuggling again available, it seems. Heal these injuries. Even this ripped ear. Mark some more items for repairs. Well, actually, I didn't seem to get much. I didn't get the warbow, it seems. That is a shame. Let's repair a few helmets, I guess. Salvage some things as well. Plenty of things, it seems. Right. So it seems we're camping here for a while. Having some hunters is okay, but maybe I don't need that many since food is okay as well at the moment. So let's assign one of them there instead. Also maybe have like a Fletcher or two. Never mind. One Fletcher. Oh, this is an unhold capture instead of a smuggling. Alright, so the next stop is Brunwald. I'm at max tools, it says, but I'm still repairing, so they are getting spent. Wait for a bit. That's good enough. So do I do anything here? I think I'll pass this time. I'm slightly keen on taking the return item 3 skull, but let's pass. And instead go here. Alright, Brunwald, do you have a tent for me? Seems like no. Sun, disappoint. There is a pretty decent number 2 nimble layer here though, which I might get. How about the weaponsmith? No, never mind, I do have a tent. Repair tent. Yoink. Okay, there we go. So now I have the scrap tent, the repair tent, and the kitchen tent. Nice. Alright, so do I get that nimble layer? It's only 2500. Ideally for a nimble frontliner. You're lithe. You're battleforged. You will be battleforged, probably. I will have a nimble frontliner eventually, though. Somewhere. Somehow. Can use it on a backliner in the meanwhile. Okay, sure. Let's get it. And that goes, I guess, to... Well, let's see here. Probably an archer, but... Okay, you will not... Okay, yes. I forgot. You're already lithe. I mean, I can use that item with lithe armors as well if I otherwise use heavier stuff in other slots. Guess it goes to Astrid, probably. It's a bit of a waste to not have in the front line, though. Doesn't really matter, but feels a bit wrong. Anyways, there you go. There you go. Right, I'll check these two recruits. First one is a new Ironmonger, unless maybe Lookout. Doesn't have Lookout. Next up we have someone who does have Lookout. Sadly is aggressive though, which sucks if you don't deal damage. We can still do much better than this, but I don't know. I might keep this guy. For now. Just for the looking out. Marking targets. Does have a star in fatigue, which helps with that. Star in melee defense is good, but once again, aggressive. I think I'll decide on that on my own time and end the episode here. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.